Hey everyone, I hope you're having a good time interval today so far, whatever that time interval might be. Today we're going to hopefully get the intro, the console-like intro for the Mega65 finished today so that can start testing that on real hardware, and then in future stream we'll actually get that attached to an existing production. So today's effort is actually pretty trivial. It's something that I have done many times now. I did it for both, well, for I guess 2 or 3 samples in Classy, and oh boy, like I want to say about 8 to 10 samples in Unicode. So it's probably going to be a short stream. After assuming that the goal for today is to I need to get the sample that we made converted so that it can be played on the actual Mega65. That's pretty quick. And then write code that causes it to play back when we expect it. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, this may be a real short stream. So yeah. Let's see here. I did, as I'm sure you guys hopefully noticed, I did replace the music because I had been using a radio stream from, computer and video game music, CPGM, but it had a copyright problem, and so to be safe, I went and started collecting up my own just collection of video game and demo scene music. I have 10,000 tracks of video game remixes. I have 11 hours of just Mario remixes and 10 hours of Sonic the Hedgehog remixes. So yeah, there's I want to say that in total, well, let's see here, I have about 500 hours of music, so this should be enough to work pretty well as backing music, I imagine. Yeah, let's see here, what else? Yeah, if you like what I do and you want to help me out, it would be most appreciated. You can check out my Patreon over at patreon.com/deathybis. I think that is the news, or whatever you want to call this. I don't know. I am pushing to stream a lot more often. Honestly, well, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys, and most of you who know me from the Discord already know this, but yeah, I'm not entirely sane, so that does sometimes interfere with my capacity to do it. I wanted to do this particular stream sooner, but yeah, it was just my brain won the fight. Even though what I'm going to be doing today, like I said a few minutes ago, it's totally trivial for me. It's stuff that I've done before several times. Yeah, so bear with me as I find my groove in all of this, and, you know, also my comfort level. Let's see here. Oh, I guess after assuming that I hit my goal today. Oh no. Assuming that I do achieve my goal, today, then the next session will not be related to this intro. The next goal is to get there's a debugger in what's it called? Sorry, Vivado. There's a debugger associated with Vivado that Paul and M. Jurgen believe will be able to make it easier to figure out what's going on with the OPL chip. It would be really nice if we could get that working before I even have my machine, because that's the real blocker for me to start work on Megastep. Let's see here. And maybe if there's demand for it, I'll also maybe just do a session or two, however long it takes, just composing a new SID tune and show you guys how that's done with SID Step 2. I know that it's not real straightforward. Yeah. All right. Well. So let's go ahead and pop up my desktop here. That's such a silly song. So the first thing we need to do is load up SoundForge, and the reason that I'm using SoundForge today when I used a different audio editor last time is because SoundForge has the capacity to where's my cursor? Has the capacity to go to lower frequencies, because I suspect there's a good chance we're going to need to downsample this to 8 kilohertz to make it small enough. However, we're gonna, it'll also show we'll probably have different versions of the intro with different quality samples, possibly even different sounding samples, things like that. There's a lot of variation that can be built into this, so I will be trying to make some of that variety available. And of course, it's going to be public domain and open source, so if you got some ideas for your own samples, you are, of course, quite capable. Well, welcome. Not everybody can do it. That's fine. Not everybody's a coder or a audio person. But if you are, then yeah, you'll be able to put your own samples in there if you like. Maybe somebody will even, I don't know, pay a chorus to, or a choir to actually sing it rather than do the vocoder of me singing it like I've done. I don't know. We'll see. But the key to what the quality of the sample we can use is going to be very closely tied to how big the program that you're putting it in front of is. And because it's open source, you'll have the option, and I may even provide this option. Maybe you'll use Mirage's IFFL system so that you can load in your loader stub after the intro is played, and you can have a full quality one, possibly even in stereo. That would be freaking awesome, wouldn't it? Full 16-bit. Let's see, it's 2 seconds to a little bit more than 2 seconds, but let's call it 2.5. Yeah, we're probably not gonna be fitting it at full CD quality, not without streaming it out of the attic or something. So yeah, there's a lot of options. We'll see where it ends up, but my hope is that this has long term. This is meant for the long term. We'll expand on it over time. But for today, I just want to have something working. So let's go ahead and kill the music so that I can hear what's going on. Oh, you guys probably want to hear it too. So let me turn the desktop sound on. And we want to be in assets and grabbing the vocoded version. So for those of you who haven't watched the previous stream, this is the vocoded sample we created. So the first thing we're going to do is just start experimenting. Let's go ahead and resample it to 8. Oh, how bad does it sound now? Actually, it didn't lose that much, did it? Let's see what happens if I make it 8-bit. Actually, that sounds pretty good. All right, great. Well, we don't want to save over the top of the full quality, samples so that I can do stuff with it later. 8 by 8. All right. Yes, let's go. Okay, well that worked out pretty well. That was quick. That was quick. And like I said, this stream might go really fast, guys. Okay, so the next thing, you load up the hex editor, and this is not the only way to convert it to RAW, but I found it to be about the most reliable. So you load it up into your hex editor, and you go to, I want to say, oh man, okay, it has actually been a little bit here. All right, let's remind myself of wave header. Oh, no, it is bookmarked. Great. It is 44 bytes, right? So it's 20. Okay, yeah, I was way further ahead than I needed to be, obviously. 20A, so I know 20C, which is to about here. Now, the thing, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this header, and the rest of it's raw for the most part. But when you're doing this, you want to look at this number. Basically, it's a 32-bit number, D9430000. What that is the actual length of the sample. So remember that 43D9. So we delete that, and then we go to 43D9. Oh, okay, well, it didn't. Usually it tacks on a bunch of extra crap at the end, but it didn't this time. So great. We can save it. And, oh, well, it's actually now a raw, not a, well, let's get some music going again. So, I mean, it's not small. It is, even at 8-bit and 8 kilohertz, it is 16.9K. So, yeah, that is going to limit how big a program you can attach after it. But it's easy enough to accommodate for it. Especially, I mean, honestly, my future plans is going to be to use have a loader that loads everything up, but it's that there is going to be no more code in there other than the loader, and I'll do some memory management so that I've got all of my data loaded in after the fact, and banking and mapping and DMAing around in order to get my sorry, I'm a little slow again today for some reason. In order to get my for each different part of any game or whatever, because it takes only a frame or 3 to reload all of fast RAM from the attic. So yeah, that's for my needs at least. This should not be super hard to fit, and I'm going to I'm going to offer a lot of different options so that you guys can use this on your own prods as well. I'm thinking that I'll probably even offer a SID version that will not use a sample, but instead will just play the notes. We'll see when we get there. Anyhow, okay, so you need to come into here. And alright, and we are going to sample const. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with Kick Assembler, what I'm basically doing here is just, well, this obviously loads it, and then these are the way that you get it into memory. It's pretty straightforward. Let's see now. To put this. Probably here. I could swear that I remember hearing Paul say that when using the audio DMA, you need to not be in too tight a loop. So before I even do that, I am going to do something here. Although this will probably end up getting ripped out, but anyhow. Alright, so that should work for that. Now, Let's see here. Probably the easiest way to do this will be to just go look at how I did it in Unicode. So let's see. Okay, you know what? I'm also going to go ahead and pull up the big book. There it is. There we go. So, now we're going to do lazy mono and just go ahead and use 2 channels for the sample. There is a way to set the channels to mono, but I have not been able to get it to work reliably. Oh, you know what? It's not 11, it's 20. And it is so much better when doing this stream to be able to just tab back and forth between stuff. So that's 20. Channel 2. 40. Makes good sense, doesn't it? Now, there's a real good chance that we don't need to reset the sample. In fact, something would be kind of messed up in it. So I may rip this code out after we have this fully working. Current address, which is yep, there it is. The low byte sample. To A. Oops, got that. Okay. 4A. It is to B. I am doing a lot more than I probably need to for this. But, like, for example, it's in bank 0, so we probably don't need to set this at all. But until we've tested it, I want to, as I just said a bit ago, want to make sure that we're always correct. So when working with samples, it is very important to remember you are not setting the length of the sample, you are setting the end point of its memory. And it does not use a bank. It will not cross a bank boundary. You cannot have a sample larger than 64K playing at one time. So outrun. Alright, so that's pretty important. That has not only messed with me, but I know that I've seen several others on the Mega65 Discord that have run into this problem. If the sample end is before the sample start, what it will actually do is go all the way through memory and loop back to the beginning of that bank of memory again. So, yeah, bear that in mind. So 27 it looks like, I think. Yeah, 27. Okay. 747. Alright. Let's got the sample end set. Oh yeah, this part. This formula right here is very, very important. You are going to want to make sure. Basically, if you want to have this exact code, then I recommend going to download the Unicone source code, and that will include that comment that you just saw. Of course, you'll also find it in the source code to this console-like intro. So, 8,000 times 2. Oh. No. It's 2 to the 24. Okay. 2 to the 24 times 8,000. That's more like it. Okay. Yeah. I didn't think it could have 100 digits in it. Yeah, we wouldn't even be able to find that. Okay, so Okay, so 3314 is the round number on that. So 8 kilohertz in hex is CF2. It's kind of funny that now I already knew this, but this is a 24-bit number. Paul has commented on this many times that theoretically you can play samples that are much way higher than the human ear can hear, but with a device that can reproduce it, you can do some funky things like, I don't know, I could swear that he said things like, you know, interfere with like radio and stuff, but not much use for that. Well, okay, no, that's not true. I can think of an immediate use for it. How about we make an app for the megaphone that uses those high frequencies? Not that, well, it may not be a thing anymore, but so that you could turn off TVs in public. That might be useful, right? Alright, 744. Oops. And I am going to, basically anywhere I play samples, I always leave this comment there, so that if anybody is trying to read my code after the fact, that they can. Okay, so, sorry, little brain fart there. There's the frequency. We're not going to touch the volume, so all that's left is to tell it to go. I'm going to use bit mask for this rather than, alright, so... Actually, I already know that this is a good mask. Of course, D720, D740. More Flinto's quest. How much of that is left? Okay, good timing, because we're about ready to actually test this. This may be my shortest stream yet if this just works. Right, we want to be here. Let's see, does it build? It builds with no error. It's not tiny, but it builds with no error. Well, not that big, I guess. Let's see, shall we? You said, like, Exomizer starts running into trouble above the C1000 block. So let's see here. So we've got 24K and change left for any loader code that you want to put after this. So that's, yeah, that's not too bad, right? Um, yeah. Okay. Um, yeah. It feels a little like maybe this is being too easy. Let's see. Hmm. Okay. Didn't even play it. Okay, what have I done wrong? Well, let's see if I do need to set the volume then. That comes after frequencies. It's not those ones. Those are the opposites. Oh, there it is. It's D729. Boom. It works. Great. Well, that was easy. That was great. Great. Yeah. Um, huh, that was a very short stream. I gotta watch it again. Uh, Sample's a lot quieter than the SID though. But this is okay. I know that XMU's sample playback volume in comparison to the real hardware. It's not the same. So for right now, I'm going to leave it like it is and send it out to the base testers, um, so that they can try it on real hardware and let me know how that volume works. Uh, but yeah, yeah, I can't believe I was having a hang up about this stream, but it really was not because it was going to be hard. It was just my brain being my brain. So with that, I guess we're pretty much done for today. Um, yeah. So I would like to very much thank Professor Falcon and Sparehead for being super cool people. And you can see my other patron there as well. Um, and yeah, the URL if you want to help me out and support me there. I don't like to beg, but I could really use the help. So the next session, as I said at the beginning, is not going to be related to the console-like intro, but instead I'm going to be back to the FPGA stuff and getting the ILA, I think, something. You know what? Hold on. I actually wrote this part down because I knew I wasn't going to remember. ILA, yes, okay. So we're going to get ILA debugging. I'm going to try to get that working in Vivado the next time I stream. And if I can get that working, then maybe after that we'll either start working on getting the OPL chip making sound, or we'll maybe circle back around to wrap up the console-like intro if we have testing done in time for that. I would like to thank the people that tuned in for this stream live. It's a pretty dead chat room, but you know, it's not the best time of the day for anyone, but I was feeling the need to just force the issue and just do it. So, all right. So, yeah. Is there anything else? I don't think so. So with that then, I guess, yeah. You guys have a great next time interval, and I will do my best to be streaming again sooner rather than later. When I say that, what I would really like to do is less than 24 hours from now. Yeah. So hopefully we'll see you there. See ya. Bye.